Hi guys, welcome to the webinar, How to Create Your First Digital Information Product in 7 Days. My name's Anne Boner, and I'm your host for today, and I'm just going to take you through a couple of really simple steps. You know, this might have not have been broken down for you in this way before, but this is going to be broken down in very simple steps for you to do. It's not a long webinar by any, in any case. So I hope you enjoyed this information, and let's go through it. So as I said, my name's Anne, and I help mompreneurs build a business that they love around their family, help them to become financially independent, because I know with a lot of mums, the issue is the time and the family. So I help mums kind of bring the two together and do it in a way that they love and build a business that they love, not one that they feel like they have to build to make that money. So as I said, the webinar is about how to create a product. So I'm going to give you a bit of history about how I went about creating my first products. My first mentor, suggested that I did a webinar, a 5-part webinar on YouTube, which I was basically a YouTube coach back in 2012. So I did this 5-part webinar, a live webinar, and I had never done any kind of public speaking. I was shaking in my boots. I knew my stuff, but at the same time, the nerves and I think the belief system was all messing me up. So I did it anyway, though, because, I have a mentor there. He pushed me in a very positive way. He didn't play to any of my negativity or anything. So he pushed me in a very positive way to just get it done. So I did it, and it completely changed things for me, like just in the sense that I knew that I could create my own product. And it was actually the first time that I made that kind of lump of money online. It was a joint venture with both of us. So it was the first time I realized, wow, something that I've got, I can create money from without having to join, for instance, someone else's network marketing company or whatever. It was just mine. And as I said, it gave me that kind of confidence to just go out and do more and more. And this is why I created this webinar, because I know a lot of mums were asking me, because of my previous ebook about how to help them become successful online. I mentioned how having their own products can be a great leap forward, and it can help them generate income from home doing what they want to do, regardless of what that might be. So I created this course, as I said, in this book, Video Optimization, and another book as well. And as I said, it just gave me that confidence to just go and do more and know that I can continue to do more and more. And it's great for time leverage, because it's one thing that you do it once and you can be making money on it time and time again. I had a guy contact me about this course that we did for video marketing, and it was in 2012, but yet I was still being asked about this course in 2014. So again, that just shows you it's kind of like residual, okay? And another thing I want to mention is the course wasn't perfect, okay? It was really crackly, the sound on the webinar, and, it wasn't perfect by any standards, but it's just the content that counts. It's not so much the way it looks or the way it sounds, although you do want to make it sound, okay, that people can hear it, and look okay, people can read it, okay? But don't get too caught up in the perfection, because it's the quality of the content that counts. And also, it's not the length of the content. It's, again, you could have I've seen 2-page reports that told me what I needed to know versus a 60-page ebook that was just full of fluff. So it's just getting down to the matter. And that's what I like to do. I just like to cut the fluff out and just get down to what really matters and what's really going to make a difference. So that's my story, guys. So as I said, what we're going to do in here is we're going to take you through the steps to create your first digital information product in 7 days. Okay, somebody might do it in 1 day, possibly. It just depends on, you take this information, if you run with it. Someone could do it in a month, but it's just the case, the fact that you're actually taking action that matters, okay? So, firstly, guys, I want to just go over this quote with you. I'm sure you've heard it by Zig Ziglar. You can have everything in life that you want if you just give enough other people what they want, okay? Now, information product is creation is like that, in the sense that there's people out there that have a need, they have wants, they have desires, they have problems, okay? And people have the solution to those problems. You have the solution to some people's problems out there, you know, but it's just a case of putting that information in a package that they can actually get that information. So if you put that information together and you put it out there, then seriously, you will get what you want just by helping other people. Okay, and that's what product creation is about. It's about solving people's problems. So I just want you to look at it in that sense. Solve people's problems. You're a problem solver. And once you do that, you get paid for it. I remember hearing a leader, I think in the internet marketing industry, saying that your income is directly proportional to the amount of value you put out into the marketplace. So the more value you put out into the marketplace in terms of products and just your thoughts, feelings, things that to enhance people on a whole, then you will receive more back. Okay, so think about it in that way. What can I give? Yeah? So why can you create your own product? Now, some people don't believe that they can. It's not that they can't do it, it's just the belief. And I know that because I've been there. You can create your own products, and the reasons why are because you don't need any experience. You can do this whether you don't have any business whatsoever. If you do have a business, if you have a network marketing business, if you have an offline business, doesn't matter what you have, you can create your own products, okay? And you can also work with what you already know. You don't have to take a course in anything new. You don't have to spend thousands of pounds investing in products to learn something, to be able to sell something. Just think about what you already know, okay, that you can package and sell to people. And lastly, so, you know, there's no excuses for anyone. You don't even have to do it yourself, okay? You can actually get somebody else to do it for you legally, okay? It's not an issue. You can actually get someone else to do it for you. So if you're that kind of person that's like, oh, I can't do it, or, you know, I don't know what to do, then at least take the steps to let somebody else help you do it and help you release it, okay? So let's move on from that. So do you need to be an expert to create your own product? The answer is no. Okay, you don't need to be an expert, despite what you may have been told. If you create a product, okay, you're going to be perceived as an expert, okay, because you're giving value to people. You're telling people, even if you've done research and you package that research, you're giving people information that they need, okay, and you're delivering that information. So if you're doing that on a continuous basis, then you could be perceived as an expert, okay? And if you're offering a solution to people and their problems, you know, they have choices. They can either take what you're giving them because, you know, you've done this information, you've got this information packaged, you know what you're talking about, you've solved their problem within it. They can either take it or leave it, okay? And the next thing is interviewing an expert. You don't need to be an expert because you can get an expert in to give the information, okay, that you want to give over to people. So if you, I don't know, about something about maybe weight loss or muscle building, and you don't know anything about that, you can interview an expert, okay, on it, that obviously maybe has books out, is a leader in that industry. Interview them. They can obviously give the expert view during the interview, maybe an hour long or so, and then you can package that interview, okay, as a product. If you think about Oprah Winfrey, there's another guy in the UK, Michael Parkinson, I think his name is, and they are master interviewers, okay? They started off without knowing much. They just had a show. And what they did was they brought out people that knew their stuff. They brought out experts onto their show. And what those experts did was give their information, you know, that people wanted to know. And Oprah Winfrey and Michael were the people that delivered that information to the public. Okay, so people are grateful for that because they've got the information they wanted, and those people are solving problems. So think about that in that sense. You don't have to be an expert. You can be the person that brings the expert to people. Okay, you don't have to know all. So the next thing you need to know is your target market. Okay, you need to know your target audience. You need to know their needs, their wants, their desires, what their problems are in order to provide a solution to them. Okay, this is something you want to think about before you even start creating a product. Okay, you need to kind of talk their language. You need to know what they're feeling, what they don't like, what they do like. Specifically, what are they trying to solve? Because when you know that, then everything else will fall into place. And this is the issue with people not wanting to create a product or saying that they don't know how to. The truth is they don't know where they're going. Once you know who your target market is, what their problem is, how you're going to solve it, then you'll know how to create your product, your sales letter, and everything in between, okay, because it's all centered around that. So that's something that you need to think about first and foremost. Who's your target market? What are they looking for? What problem are they trying to solve? Okay, what do they want? Because people don't buy what they need. They buy what they want, okay? So what do they want and what are their desires, and then obviously you provide the solution. So as I was saying, guys, you need to look for a market that's already asking questions, okay, and they're looking for answers. You don't want to make the mistake of creating a product and there's nobody looking for it, okay? You want to make sure that there's clear evidence that there's people actually looking for that information. And obviously you've got Google, and I'll go over a lot of other places you can find out that information from, but you don't want to create a product and then try and start selling it. You might like some stuff. You might like some different kind of stuff, but people are not interested in it, okay? Just because you are, it doesn't mean that other people are. So you need to really research and make sure that you are solving a problem that people are actually interested in getting solved in the first place. So as I said, guys, it's all in the research. The research is so important. I mean, this is what you should spend most of your time doing in the beginning. And the reasons why a lot of people fail in product creation and, their product doesn't get sold or people are interested in it is because they don't spend most of the time on research, because who likes researching? Most people don't like researching. But again, this is something that can be outsourced. You don't have to do it yourself. You can outsource this as well. Okay, so it's all in the research. And I'm going to share with you some different kinds of research you can do online. You can go to Amazon, okay, type in a book, related to your niche, okay, and then go down to the reviews of the book and then look at the reviews, and you'll see reviews from people that are being totally honest, because obviously on Amazon people buy a book, and they always leave their honest reviews. And in what they're saying, guys, they are giving you all the information that you need, okay, for copy and everything, because they're telling you what they do like, what they don't like, what their problem is, how they were trying to solve it, whether the book solved it for them. And that gives you all kinds of information. So that tells you that there is a target market for that niche. It tells you their problem, and you can create a product out of that, just kind of fill in the gaps and find out more. Like I said, you can interview an expert as well. But Amazon is really, really a great place to collect a lot of information about people's true thoughts and feelings, and it helps you to think how they think, okay? And then we got Google's keyword planner. Obviously, you type into Google's keyword planner, type in Google keyword planner in Google, and it will bring it up. And you type in your keyword, and you look for keyword ideas. And you want to find something that's got a high search volume. So a lot of people per month, thousands of people per month are looking for this particular subject, okay? And that will tell you there's interest in it. There's a niche in that area, okay? Because obviously people are typing on Google or YouTube. They're looking for an answer, okay? They're looking for more information on that subject. Next one is Google's paid ads. When you type into Google, whatever, like weight loss, and you'll see on the right hand side ads, okay, some ads about weight loss, etc. Everything's related. And if you do see ads on that side, you know that people are paying big money to have those ads there, and people are making money. Otherwise they wouldn't pay so much money to have the ads there in the first place. So that's a big clue. If you type in your search term and then you see quite a few ads up there, then know that people are paying big money for those ads, and they're only doing it if they're making money, because why would they do it if they weren't making money, okay? So think about that as well, and kind of look at that, look at the search volume and look at how many ads are up there, and there are loads, and you're onto something. The next thing is interviews. You can again interview somebody, an expert in your niche, to get more information about, your niche and just just a filler basically. If you don't really know anything, you can just interview someone, not specifically for a product, but just for an interview to get more information as well. Surveys are really, really, really good because again, it's like Amazon reviews. You get people's real opinions on stuff. So if the people you know, family, friends, or your list, they're going to give you their real honest opinions. So do surveys, send them out to your list, put them on Facebook, social media, friends and family, people offline. Do surveys and you'll get a lot of information. Obviously, these people must be targeted, again, relevant to your niche. Once you collect all that data, that could be like a skeleton for your product, basically, because it will give you possibly the title of your product, what should be in your product, again, what are the problems, how to solve them, just by doing surveys. The next one is relevant forums. I'm going to use mumpreneurs as an example here. If you go to mums forums, it's just amazing the amount of information you can find up there because, again, it's a place where people are communicating openly. They're sharing different ideas. You've got lots of different areas in the forums as well. So those are the places you should go as well to do research and find out what people's problems are, what they're trying to solve, what they're interested in, okay? The next one is to subscribe to newsletters by people in your niche. So if you know people that are leaders doing very well in your niche, subscribe to their newsletters, guys, because they are, if they're really doing well, they are master marketers, okay? And they are sending emails out, trying to solve people's problems. They're creating products that are trying to solve people's problems. So if you look at their products, okay, they must have links to their products, then you're going to be able to see their sales letters, okay? And that will give you, again, the problems that people are trying to solve because, again, that's the only reason they're going to create a product, to solve people's problems. So look at their emails, read their emails. I'm not saying copy anyone, I'm just saying use it as an example and ideas, basically, to what your niche is looking for. The next one is to simply ask people. You can ask people online lots of questions. Social media is a great place. People love to give their opinions on social media. So you can ask on Facebook, Twitter, even YouTube, Loads of places you can ask online. Next, I'm going to share offline places where you can do research. You can do research of your own, guys, through hobbies that you might be interested in. If you go to the newsagents, you'll see shelves and shelves of newsagents, magazines, okay? And people, publishing houses, are printing those magazines and it's costing them money. So you want to look at those magazines and get ideas from there as well. Look at the titles, read through them and see what issues people are having, what they're trying to solve. You've got friends, guys, as well. Again, friends are open and honest. If they're in the same niche that you're targeting, they'll be open and honest with you and tell you that, what issues are or problems that they might be having. If you're part of any networking groups as well, go to those, speak to the people in there. Again, they're great at giving their own opinions because, again, it's about talking and networking with people and helping each other out. If you're part of any activity clubs as well, another place to do great research. I heard about a guy who was doing jiu-jitsu or judo or something, and he was creating a product in another niche completely different from jiu-jitsu, and he loved jiu-jitsu, okay, he loved it, but he was doing something else. So it was suggested to him that he create a product on what he loved, okay, which he did. And what he did was he interviewed his jiu-jitsu instructor, I don't know what they're called, he interviewed his instructor, okay, and they created a product together. It's a joint venture, and it did really, really well. So again, think about where you go. If you love yoga and stuff like that, think about just where you go generally, what you like to do. Again, that kind of joins in with passions. What do you love to do? Okay, find out your passions. Where do you go? What do you do in your spare time? You can get more information from people around you as well and other sources. What do people come to you for advice about? That's a good one, because when people are coming to you for advice about something, that's real. They're seeing in you something that's just real. And if they're coming to you for advice, then you know that you're a source of good information for them. So think about what people come to you about. constantly. And you're a problem solver, aren't you? So that's something that you can really think about creating a product for. You never know. And think about what problems you can solve by second nature. And I mean without thinking. Like, you know, when you drive a car and you drive a car for a long time, just get in it and your feet aren't remembering what they're doing. They're just doing it because it's second nature now. What kind of problems can you solve second nature? So guys, I'm going to go over the type of products you can create now. Super easy ones are like ebooks, again, interviews and audio products. Easy ones or videos, face-to-face on the camera, screencasts, which are kind of like over-the-shoulder how-to style videos, PLR, private label rights. You can do case studies. Case studies are like, for instance, if you buy a product and you want to document what you did with the product from start to finish, so any results you got, what you did along the way, they're great as well. And you got your own story and your successes. People love those. You know, people are going through issues where maybe making money online, that's a big one, and they want people to be transparent. They want to see what people have really been through, their story, their struggles, and how they got out of it. Because if they did it, then you can help them do the same. Okay, so that's really powerful, your own story and successes. Relatively easy ones are webinars, what I'm doing here, teleseminars, workshops, and seminars. So these are all products that you can create. There's so many, but these are things you can create, and they're all under the umbrella of product creation. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you something that's probably not your typical advice. It's not to start your product creation with an ebook. Most people do, okay, but it's not a good idea. What you should do is create an audio product because it's fast, again, it's cheap, and it gives you like a testing ground to see whether you should go forward and create something more in-depth like an ebook. So start off by creating a quick audio product, and again, I've told you about the interviewing and obviously recording your own audios. If you have information, you can just kind of write notes down and just record yourself talking. Again, it doesn't have to be long. It could be like a, half an hour. It could be a free report you're giving away. It doesn't have to be a long product. You start somewhere, So don't start with an ebook. Start with an audio product, because then you'll know once you've done it, try and sell it. Are people interested in this? If they're interested, then you know. If they're interested, when I say interested, I mean sell it. If people are buying it, then you know that they're going to buy then the ebook, and then they're going to buy another course, possibly a mentoring program. It's just telling you that people are willing to pay their money for this. They want this. What you've got is good. So don't go the ebook way, go the audio way, and then go the ebook way, and then you can transcribe your audio into an ebook. It just makes everything very, very simple, okay? So step 1, make a list of your hobbies, your passions, and your past work experience. What are you really knowledgeable about? What do you know? What do you know? These are things like, if you've got a pen right now, just write these down. What am I really knowledgeable about? What are my passions? And what are my favorite topics? Make a list of these things, and it gives you an idea, because you know what? Steve Jobs talks about doing what you love. And I really, I believe that. I really do believe that. I don't believe in doing stuff that you don't like, because you're just going to dig yourself into a hole and be miserable. You want to do stuff that you enjoy. Life is for living, and it's to do stuff that you're passionate about. Okay, so think about what you're passionate about. Okay, and if you're not passionate about something, you can become passionate about something. You really can. Okay, so note those questions down, guys, as a starting point. Step 2, what problems do you know how to solve? This is a bit of you have to think about this one a bit. But what problems do you personally know how to solve? Are there things that, again, people come to you about and ask you to help them solve? Are there things that you're solving maybe in your business right now? Like if you're in a network marketing company and you're sponsoring people, are you solving problems for your people in your team? What problems are you solving? It could be anything. Literally, it could be anything. If you don't have any, if you can't think of any, we'll cover how you don't actually need to know. But if you do know, that's good. Step 3, turn the problem into a how-to topic. So you're just going to create some varied titles. So whatever problem you know how to solve, put it in a how-to topic, like how to, for example here, how to save $1,000. You want to put how to plus a benefit. How to lose 200 pounds after having a baby. You know, it could be how to anything. How to eat healthily, you know, how to start eating a raw food diet. It could be literally anything, but create a list of maybe 12 how-to topics, okay, on a piece of paper. Step 4, conduct a survey. Please don't skip this step, guys. It's so important. With product creation, I hear this a bit, but not as much as it should be told to people when they're actually creating something. Ask people you know or your list which product they will buy. So take that list of 12 product names, how-to names that you've done, send it to your list, send it to people that you know, and ask them which one would you buy? Which title here kind of gets you? And when they do that, then you'll know that you will have a product that you know people are going to buy. And this is what we're trying to do. We don't want to just throw a product out there and then hope for the best. We want to make sure we're giving people what they actually want and what they're willing to pay for. So by doing the survey, you're going to find out what people are willing to pay for and what problem, what title is hitting them because it's a problem that they're trying to solve. Okay, so please get that survey done, and it will just make things so much easier. Step 5, as I said, use the results from the survey. Pick the most popular topic, guys, because, as I said, it's already telling you what people want to buy. So take the most popular topic and create your title for your product out of that, okay, and build your product around that title as well. Okay, so get the meat and everything into the product, specifically from the title. And you would have done all your research already with regards to the niche, so you'll know, you know, how to put the product together. The title is just going to be the icing on the cake, okay? And step 6, either create your own audio by talking into a mic. If you've got a computer at home and you've got a microphone, that's all you need. You've got everything you need to create your own product, okay? You don't need to go out and on Amazon and buy a blue mic or, you know, a $250 mic and what do you call those things you put on the wall for the sound proofing. And, you know, you don't have to go professional. You just need to start somewhere, okay? That can cause procrastination as well. You just want to start with what you've got. So start with your computer, your laptop, and a mic. Even if you've got a built-in mic, start with something, okay? And then you can also find an expert to interview, okay? And by doing that, I'll go into that further, but you just need Skype, which is free, okay? So either you can do it yourself or you can do a joint venture with an expert where you're interviewing them and recording it. So guys, the quickest way to get your product completed, I'll say it again, is to interview somebody and interview an expert. And the reason why is because, can you imagine sitting down, creating your own audio product? You've got a lot to go into, a lot to prepare. And then sitting down in front of your computer, hooking up Skype, getting your recording setting, and just talking to somebody and just recording it. And at the end, when you press stop on the recorder, you've got your product. It's one of the quickest ways to get a product out there. And I think it's one of the most valuable ways, because if you've got an expert giving you this information, somebody that already knows, and it's an audio program, it's perceived as, you know, it's got higher value, okay? And the fact that it's audio makes it even better, because people like to, you know, listen to stuff in their car, when they're exercising, when they're out and about. It just makes things a lot easier to digest, okay? And people do like information in different kind of ways. But as I said, audio is the easiest, and you've got an expert right there that you can interview, and it's all recorded, done, packaged, interview product, okay? There's a little bit that you need to do to it, but not much. But you've got a product, a whole product, just from speaking to someone for 30 minutes to an hour. So that is what I suggest. If you're kind of not sure what to do, I suggest going that route first. So as I said, you need Skype, your computer, and a mic, and that's it. You also need, just to add, you need a recorder. So you need something to record Skype. There's software called Pamela, Pamela, and there's also the MP3 Skype recorder. So what that does is it's hovering around on your background of your computer, and as soon as you set Skype up, it starts recording the call, okay, in the background. So get those up. Find somebody in your market niche to interview. If you don't know how to find an expert, go to online. There's thousands of places. You can go to Easy Articles, find people that places where they're going to promote themselves. Okay, Easy Articles, Facebook even, any Twitter, any site. You can go to magazines on that subject, and you can write to editors. You can write directly with social media. You can directly write to these people, but always, you know, have a good script, and, you know, just compliment them, and always let them know how you can help them. So it's not all about you just, can I interview you and that's it. No, it's about how can I help you. Okay, I'll interview you. I love your stuff. I love your work. I think it will complement what I'm doing with my, you know, my little network of mums or whatever niche it is. And of course, it's going to give you exposure, and you're going to get a copy of the audio, which you can use any way you want to. And you'll probably get a transcribed file as well. So maybe you can create an ebook out of it, or you just give them something as well. So it's kind of like it's not just take. Okay, so that's the easiest way, guys. Very, very simple. Very, very simple way to get started with your product. Now, once you've done the audio, what you want to do is remove the ums and ahs. Okay, you want to, because we all do it, you know, we're trying to fill gaps. So you can use Audacity. It's free software. If you type it in Google, you just load it onto your system. You import your audio in there, and then it's very, very simple. You just kind of drag the thing across and cut it in places where you want to. You can add intros and outros if you want to, but again, that's something that you might want to outsource. So, excuse me. If you go to Elance, Odesk, Fiverr, you can get people to do quick intros and outros for you. Okay, so it sounds all a bit professional. You can introduce the person you're interviewing, or if you've got a show, you can actually have your show intro in the beginning, and at the end you can have a call to action for people. It's very, very simple, guys, and it's obviously Audacity is free. Now, as I was mentioning, outsourcing, to do it yourself or not to do it yourself. As I said, you can get most of the work done for you if you want to. It's completely up to you. So outsourcing is pretty easy. With the internet, it's made it super, super easy. You just conduct the interview, or you do the audio recording, and they do the rest. So firstly, just go into Google, type in Odesk, Elance, or even Fiverr, okay? And the next thing you do is submit a job, okay? Add a post up there telling people what you're looking for, or exactly what you want them to do, and you've got your budget up there as well. And what will happen is you'll get a lot of people contacting you, bidding for your job, okay? And then you just go through and look at their resumes, portfolios, and see what they've done in the past, so you know the kind of standard of work that they do. And then you just pick the person that you want to work with, and you get the contract sorted and everything, and there you go, it's done. You know, they'll deliver your product to you as you've asked for, and you will have a product ready to go. So just going to quickly review everything, guys. First of all, you're going to be brainstorming. You're going to be finding a hungry market from your research and from your hobbies, your passions, and the other list of things I gave you as well. Next, you're going to create a list of how-to titles. So create some example titles, how to this, how to that, plus a benefit. Okay? And then you're going to take that information, those titles, and send them over to your friends, family, and list in a form of a survey. Okay, and obviously, again, it has to be with your list, and it has to resonate with your target audience, because that's who you're targeting. And then obviously you decide on the product, but now you have an actual product to make that you know people are going to buy because they've told you this is what we want, okay? This is what we like. So they've told you already what to base your product on. The next thing you want to do is interview an expert. So you record yourself and your interviewee over Skype, okay, as an audio recording, not a video, an audio recording, okay? And then you put that into Audacity and you can edit it, add intros and outros, again, which you can outsource. And at the end of that, guys, you have your product. And literally, it can take you, what, a day to interview somebody? It can take you a day to set one up, a couple of days if you send out a lot of emails, and then it takes you a day to conduct the interview. Okay, so you, like, as I said, you can have a product in a day. And mums, especially for you, this is a great way to just to build a real business of your own, really, because imagine if you had your product set up in a way that, yes, I've told you about the product creation here, but then the other part, like the traffic and sales page, obviously are very important too. But once you have everything in place and you've set it up, you've set your funnels up, you've set your emails up and everything's in place, then you just let it run. You let it go. You just have to send traffic to it. And, you know, can you imagine just having that done and in the morning you're waking up with sales from your product? And these are evergreen. They stay there forever. Like if you're targeting the big niches like making money, relationships, diet and health, then these are evergreen niches, okay? And I suggest that you probably start off with those because they're never going to die out. People are always going to want to make money, lose weight, have good relationships. So those are really good niches to start off with. So guys, that is it. Very short and sweet, and it's very to the point, but I just wanted to get you guys started with something very, very simple so there's not any room for procrastination. You just find an expert, interview them, you have your audio product, to keep it really, really simple, okay? So guys, I hope that's helped you. Let me know if you have any kind of questions. If not, then I just want to go over you a couple of things that I'm introducing to people who are on this webinar right now. If you're watching this afterwards, you have to get back to me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 10 people who contact me after this webinar, and I'm going to go through with them their product ideas. It's going to be like a 1-hour session, a free session, go over their ideas and kind of give them the foundation of their own products. Because I know this webinar, I've been through things very quickly, but it's also good to have somebody there by your side to kind of help you go through the steps. So for an hour, 60 minutes, we'll just go through your ideas, give you a foundation of your product and help you get the most important pieces together. So, you know, if you have any questions, pressing questions you want to answer, you can ask them then. Okay, guys, so for 10 people that contact me after this webinar, I'll set up some sessions for you and we can get going on that. Having your product is one of the best things you can do. A lot of people, especially like mums, they're looking for so many ways to make money. But what people don't realize is that it's already within them. You know, they just haven't tapped into it. But once you get the ball rolling, you get that first one done, then it's like there's no stopping you, because if you can do it once, you can do it twice, 10, 100, million times, okay? And, you know, if you imagine having lots of different products, your library of products, then you will get people buying them. As long as you have, like I said, a hungry niche, you've done your research, you know, you've got your traffic going to the right place, and you've got your funnel set up. So people come to a page, read the sales letter, buy the product, and it gets delivered to them automatically. You want to set it up in that way, so it's not like you're having to do anything manually. It's all automated, and if you do that over and over again, I'm sure you can see the outcome. So guys, as I said, for the first 10 people to contact me after this webinar, we'll do a 60-minute session and we'll go over your product idea and how you can put it together in the right way so that you can get this done. I actually want people to get this done in 7 days. You know, I'd love someone to come back to me and say to me, you know what, I've done this in 7 days or less. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed the webinar, and most importantly, I hope that you take action. So 10 people, contact me after this webinar and we'll set up some times for you Take care, guys. Thank you so much for coming.